Hello. Come on. Not on screen, but definitely here. Whew. Uh, just getting the playlist link up for you guys. I'm going to be listening to Don't Give a Fuck today. That's what I'm listening to. So you can click that link. It's in the comments. I'm going to move into the screen momentarily. I need to get, ooh, somebody just closed my door. Freaked me out. All right. Hi, how's it going? Woo! I went to sit on my blanket and it's not even on my yoga floor. That's brilliant. Watch me fly backwards and hit my head. How are you? How is you guys? Obviously, my language skills today are questionable. Hey, I don't know where you're at, but we have 30-mile-an-hour winds here. Nothing like ruining a great day, 45 degrees, 46 degrees, but the wind. Just getting the music queued up in my ear. I don't have the fortune to get a music license. That's why I don't play them on the videos. Someday they'll be begging me to put them in my playlists. Hey, my name is Julia. This is the fucking yoga company. Yoga for the rest of us. And let's see, that's all I've got. We're going to get started in comfortable seated position. Oh, what's Vinyasa yoga? Strong energy practice. Still moving slow, but holding the poses for a little bit longer flow, more repetition. That's the difference. Somebody was asking me between beginning yoga and Vinyasa yoga. Certainly places for you to rest if you need to. Always listen to your own body. Remember, pain is a bad thing. It's a warning system. Pain is your warning system. If you're in pain, sharp, ouchy pain, you're causing damage. There's a difference between pain and change. And hopefully, if you're listening to the cues, you're finding that place. Comfortable seated position is whatever looks like for you. So legs extended, staff pose, blanket under the knees. You could go a leg out, a leg in. Then we would switch positions. I'm going to start in pleasant seated pose, which is not crisscross applesauce. So don't stack. We're not stacking ankles. We're resting our legs in parallel next to each other across the floor. I am sitting on a blanket, tucking my hips up. It gives me a little bit of relief in my hip flexors and my adductors in this position. So finding what works for you, we're going to take a moment and pull our attention and awareness from the external to the internal. We want to take a scan of the body, checking in, state and quality of the physical form. Where are you feeling tension or tightness? We're going to move that attention and awareness into the state and quality of our thinking, checking in. Maybe your to-do list is already spooled up. We want to slide those things off to the side and create a nice, clear, open field of thought. Maybe you're just not quite awake. That's perfectly okay. We just want to clear out the thinking space so that we can put our attention and focus completely on the mat. Let's move that silence into the attention of our intuitive breath, that soft, easy rhythm that we breathe without thinking, just noticing the state and quality of our breath. And now we're going to increase the length of breath and match the inhale to the exhale. I want you to find a rhythm of breath that's going to work for you to maintain throughout the practice. So traditionally in yoga, we breathe into and out of the nose. If you're having allergies or this wind is kicking dust up for you, just breathe. It's okay. But work to balance that rhythm. Wherever you're at in the length and balance of your breath, let's release all of the air out of the lungs. I'm going to reach the fingertips toward the mat and add the sweep of the arms toward the ceiling with the next inhale. And releasing on down. Coming on up with the sweep of the arms, we're going to head to our lateral extension, releasing down to one side, lift the ribs and take a lean away from the hip. Inhaling up, we're going to switch directions, taking the other sweep over. Remember, it's about lengthening the body, hip to rib to shoulder, rather than collapsing over that waistband. Keeping that space open between the ear and the shoulders, so make sure your shoulders are relaxed on down. Come on up to come down. We're going to stretch through our inhale and take our first forward fold, tracing the fingertips, rolling the shoulders. I'm resting my forearms on my knees. My block is way over there. I didn't grab it. I'll grab it in a minute. Relax the chin toward the chest, wiggle the toes, relax the feet, unclench the teeth. With the next inhale, let's lengthen up and through the arms. We're going to take a sweep and continue that stretch toward the ceiling. Releasing hands toward the hips. We're going to switch the position of the legs. So if you're sitting a leg in or a leg out or in pleasant seated pose, let's make that switch. Working that inhale, lengthening toward the ceiling. We're going to take a cactus arm back and hit that C curve. So let's release into the hips, lean back, bow forward, and take that stretch. Inhaling up, big round circle with those shoulders, squeezing back with the elbows, exhaling. Inhaling up and taking our next forward fold, tracing fingers down. Tucking the chin. We're going to rest the forearms on the knees, the calves, the feet, the floor, the block. Wiggle the toes, relax the energy out of the feet, unclench the teeth. With our next inhale, let's lengthen through the arms, walking hands back. I'm sweeping up toward the ceiling. Releasing on down, let's rest those hands next to the hips, bow the chin forward, and take a little sway of an ear over to one side. Releasing forward and switching directions. Finishing up on that second side, we'll release the chin forward and trace fingertips around the front of the body, stacking cervical spine. We're going to move to hands and knees. I'm going to pad my knees with a blanket. Resting my hands side by side and then placing knees to either side of my hands. Balance this blanket. We're going to be working crescent lunge today, Anyana Asana. We worked it in beginning yoga very carefully. So if you want a little refresher on what we're working, it's in the beginning yoga class from this morning. So hips stacked 90 degrees over knees, heels of the hands, move out from underneath the shoulders. Half to a full palm's length, soften the elbows. Let's take our Chakrivakasana bow, inhaling. Releasing chin, placing forearms to the mat and taking those hips back toward the heels. Give me a little wiggle of the fingers, roll the wrists. Inhaling forward. Exhaling, chin, forearms, and hips. Remember to scoop the belly. Give me a tiny little arch of the back. Not the back, sorry. Take the forearms to flatten the upper back. Scoop the belly now. Take those hips back. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists. Inhaling forward. We're going to take our lean. Push the hip out over to one side, looking over the opposite shoulder. And switching sides. Keeping soft in the elbows. And switching. Now, every time I soften my elbows, if you're watching, I just keep thinking, so Sue, one of my regulars, sent me a picture that was on her health insurance brochure of a woman in plank pose, an older woman, a mature woman in plank pose. Let's come to center and give me a little angry cat tuck. Elbows locked, shoulders up to her eyeballs, sagged into her low back, knees locked. It was terrible. Inhaling, tuck the chin, relax the forearms, and take the hips back. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists, make some fists. Inhaling forward. Let's lean. Anyway, terrible, terrible form. Soften the elbows, little angry cat tuck. I think it was even young things, right? Not all young. It's not all young things. All right, we're going to tuck the toes and press up to the feet. Let's center into the balls of the feet and take our runner stretch. So stay soft in your elbows. Shrug those shoulders down. It's just how a lot of yoga is taught. Coming down to the knees, let's work into child's pose. Relax it back. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists, make some fists. Inhaling forward, let's take a sway. And switch. Coming through center, a little angry cat tuck. Remember, I'm still soft in the elbows, leaning back into the heels slightly. Inhaling to flat back. Let's tuck the toes and press up. Centering the weight into the balls of the feet, pushing down for our runner stretch. I'm going to shift to the left and lengthen that right leg, big stretch, and then tuck the toe back across the body, bending the knee. So you still have to stay soft in these elbows, guys. My people, we still have to shrug the shoulders open. I'm going to take that foot down and switch. Left leg lifts. Take the toe back, bend the knee, soften the elbows, shrug the shoulders. Placing that foot down, we're going to glance forward and walk up. to our forward fold. I'm going to grab my block since it's within reach now. Soften the knees. Remember, those knees can bend as deeply as you need them to. We're just keeping the weight slightly forward in the feet. Let's bend the knees deeply, flatten the back, power through the lower belly, scoop that belly up and in as we lengthen. We're going to push through the feet. Give me a cactus squeeze. Lifting on up, let's take our lateral extension, soften the knees. And switching sides. Ooh, close my eyes. Don't close your eyes. I'm going to get dizzy and fall. Inhaling up. Forward folding chair. Flatten the back. Scoop the low belly. Press through the feet. Stretch to the ceiling. Cactus arms. Remember, soften those knees. Lateral extension. Keeping the shoulders shrugged down and away from the ears. Forward folding chair. Let's take it over. Tracing the fingers up the legs, we're going to add a half lift. We're going to come on down. I'm going to touch the block. And we're just taking the legs straight out. Soften the knee. So this is a modified warrior 3, right? I'm soft in the knee. I'm lifted up out of the hip. I'm a little parallel. My hips are parallel to the floor. My body's lifted. I'm soft in the elbows. Take the foot down. Let's release for forward fold. Soft in the knees. Bend the knees. Flatten the upper back. Scoop the belly. Press through the feet. No swan diving or lifting with the chest here to protect the back, the hamstrings. Strengthening our core. Forward folding chair. Excuse me, half lift. So I'm soft in the knees. My toes are relaxed. My chin is slightly tucked. My shoulders are rolled open. I'm coming down to the block. I'm going to shift to my right foot and picking the left foot up, straight back. Placing that foot down, releasing for forward fold. Bend the knees. Lift the upper back, scoop the belly. Use the core to take that stand. Cactus arms. Lateral extension. Sweeping it on up and switching sides. Forward folding chair. Take it over. Tracing it on up, half lift. Let's press those hands back and increase the energy. Okay, I'm going to shift straight to the left. I'm going to lengthen out and take warrior 3. So lift through the core, soften the knee. Hips are squared as much as you can to stay out of that hip. Lengthen the arms. I'm going to come down for my standing split. It's needle pose. I'm lifting that leg a little higher. Take that foot in. Forward fold. Bend the knees. Flatten the back. Access the core to come on up the rest of the way. Cactus arms. Lateral extension. Inhaling up to the other side. Lifting up to take it forward fold. Tracing fingers up the legs, half lift. Push those hands back. I'm going to shift to the right. Extend the legs and extend the arms and leg. Coming on down for my needle pose. Taking that foot into the floor, forward fold. Bend the knees. Flatten the back. Stretch to the ceiling, cactus arms. Lateral extension. And switch. Forward folding chair. Half lift. I'm going to shift to the left, shift to the left, shift to the left, lift the right leg. Coming on down for the fold, lift that leg a little higher. Okay, we're stepping into crescent lunge. So find the center of the ball of that foot. Widen your stance, lateral space. Come on up. Soften the back knee. Coming on down to plant the hands. We're stepping back for our first plank pose. Soften the knees, soften the elbows, lift the hips, hollow out the chest. Let's lean back, step into the center of the feet, soften the knees, soften the elbows. I'm going to glance forward and make my transition up. Now, you can float or step. Make sure they're both silent and in control. And forward fold. Bending the knees, lift the back, scoop the belly, press through the feet. Cactus arm. Lateral extension. Forward folding chair. Trace the fingers up the legs, half lift. I'm going to shift to the right. Lengthen out for warrior three. Ooh. Coming down. Lift that back leg a little higher. All right, let's step back for a crescent lunge. Widen the stance. Get the weight in the back foot solid on the center of the ball of the foot. Come on up. Soften the knee. Engage the core. Lengthen the body. Bring those arms up. My front knee is stacked right over that heel. Coming down for plank. Stepping back. Soften the knees, soften the elbows, scoop the belly up. Remember, your hips are a little high. Shoulders are shrugged away from the ears. And hollow that chest out. Can't see I can't look at you and do this at the same time. Press back. Step the feet centered into the balls of the feet for a downward facing dog. Soften the knees, soften the elbows. Shrug those shoulders down and open. Transitioning forward. Make it silent. Step or float. Oh, that was a little clunky on my end. Forward fold. Bend the knees. Lift the chest. So nice and flat in the back. Scoop the belly. And press through the feet. Cactus arms. Lateral extension. Engage up and to the other side. Forward folding chair. Half lift. I'm shifting to the left. I'm going to lengthen the right leg. Take those arms out. Warrior 3. Coming on down for my needle pose. Lift the leg higher. Stepping back. Crescent lunge. Give me lateral space between those feet. I'm powered through the core. Soft in the back leg. Hamstring, quad, glute. All right, bring the hands to the hips. We're going to lengthen the front leg. We're going to take a dip with the back knee. Now, this is a lunge, not a crescent lunge. But the trick to this is, right, all of the energy is in the front leg, right? If you feel a little tweak in the top of your knee, in that insertion point between the quad and the knee, you got to get more power in the front leg. So I'm going to worm my foot a little forward. I'm going to lunge into that heel. Now I'm going to bend the back knee. Hands to the top of the leg. There's absolutely no energy. I'm not feeling any tweak in the top of my knee. If you are, you got to lengthen your stance and get right here. Okay, we're going to lower all the way to the blanket. Flatten the back toe. Worm the front foot forward. Now press into your Ekapada Ustrasana. Balance out, hands to the mat. Front foot moves back for plank. Tuck the toes, lift through the hips. Get into the center of the balls of the feet. Soften the knees, soften the elbows. Hike the belly up. Okay, we're going to take our dip. Keep the hips high. Now just lengthen the sternum away from the hips. Hips are high. And press back. Step in for our downward facing dog. Soften the knees, soften the elbows. Shrug those shoulders open. I'm going to glance forward and transition. Forgot the word. Up. Forward fold. Bend the knees. Lift the upper back. Press through the feet. Cactus arms. Lateral extension. To the other side. Inhaling up to come down. Forward folding chair. Half lift. Shifting to the right. Lengthening out for warrior 3. Coming down for the fold. Lift that leg higher. Soften that front knee. Don't lock it. Lunge. Step back. Widen the stance. Once you've got stability in the feet, bring it up. Soften the knee. Power through the core. Lift just the sternum. Shrug the shoulders down. Okay, I'm going to lengthen the front leg. Hands to hips. I'm worming that front foot forward. Now lunge into the heel, bend the back knee. I'm hovering above the blanket, hands to the top of the knee. We're going to go down to the blanket, flatten the toe, worm that front foot further out to press forward for our Ekapada Ustrasana. We're going to press up, plant hands, front foot moves back. For plank, tuck the toes, lift it up. Soft in the knees, soft in the elbows. Shrug the shoulders open and down. Scoop the belly. Hips are slightly high. Give me a dip. Lift the hips. Now lengthen the body. Press back into the balls of the feet. Tip the elbows have got a dip. I'm scooped up out of the belly. Press back. Step into downward facing dog. Soft in the knees, soft in the elbows. Glancing forward to transition up. Forward fold. Bend the knees. Flatten the back. Lengthen on up. Let's do 2 more rounds. Adding in a pose. Got our energy up. Forward folding chair. This class goes so fast. Did it ever go this fast when we were together? I don't know what that says about me. Shifting to the left, lengthening out the right foot, warrior 3. Coming down for our needle pose, lift that back leg high, soft in the front knee. Step back for crescent. I'm lengthening up that front leg, soft in the knees. Lunge into the heel. Lower that knee, but hover right above the blanket. All the power is here. No tweaking in the knee. Taking the knee down, flatten the toe. Worm that front foot forward. Press into the Ekapada. Press back, lengthen that leg. Let's take our Hanuman fold. All right, planting hands, transitioning front foot back for plank. Soft in the knees, soft in the elbows. Dip down. Lengthen the upper body. Stay dipped. Lift the hips. Scoop the belly. Relax the neck. And press right back into the feet. Let's step forward to center it up. Downward facing dog. Your back is so flat. Scoop the belly up and in. And transition forward. Forward fold. Bend the knees. Lift it up. One more side. Let's do it. Forward folding chair. Take it down. half lift. Shifting to the right, lengthen it out. Woo! Go slowly. We're getting tired of wobbling on this leg. Take it for the fold. Lift that back leg high. Step back, crescent lunge. Let's take our time. Find that stability of the feet first. I'm lengthening up through that front knee, hands to hips. Give me a little bit more length so that you can lunge into the heel. Bend that back knee, hover it right above the blanket. Take the knee down, flatten the toe. Worm the front foot so far forward for our ekapada. Remember, keeping that knee behind the ankle. Lengthening the front leg. Taking our fold for Hanuman. Oh, stay soft in that front knee. Do not hyperextend. Okay, I'm going to plant hands. Transition front foot back. Plank pose. Soft in the knees, soft in the elbows. Shrug those shoulders down. Scoop the belly up and in. Hips are slightly high. Okay, we're going to dip down, dip down, dip down. Lengthen the chest away from the belly button. Lift the hips. My hips are still a little high. I'm scooped, so powered up through the belly. And press back. Step into downward facing dog. Soft in the knees, soft in the elbows. Scoop the belly. Shrug those shoulders down. I'm going to bring my knees down to the mat. Woo. Tuck in the chin. Releasing forearms. Take those hips back. Wiggle the fingers. Roll the wrists. Woo. Coming forward. To seated. Guys. Whew. That felt amazing. Challenging, but amazing. I'm going to grab a drink of water. All right, we're heading to our backs. Whew. Oh my goodness, guys. Not guys, people, my people. Okay, people? Take the toes to the edge of the mat. Let's take a windshield wiper sweep. And to the other side. Let's do that 2 more times. Ooh, all right. Bring those knees up. Give them a little squeeze. Take the hands to the insides of the knees. Let's press out. Wiggle the toes. Roll the ankles. Okay, take the right hand to the right ankle. I'm going to just press out the left leg. I move my hand to the inside of the knee And I'm drawing out with that arm and I'm drawing back with the right side. If you have your strap, this is a perfectly valid place to loop it over your foot. I just didn't. I don't even know where it's at. Bringing that knee in, shifting. Left hand to left ankle, right hand to the inside of the knee, extend the heel. Draw out with the right hand, draw back the left hand. Whew. Bring those knees in, give them a little squeeze. Take the feet to the mat, although honestly, I don't know where my strap is. Aha! I see it. All right, we're going to work into some hamstring stretch. We're going to take a little figure 4 and then work into our Shavasana. So push that heel up. If you don't have a strap, just take your hands to either side of the leg. Imagine pushing a button with that heel, soft bend in the knee, dorsal flex the toes. Slide the hands, down the strap. And I'm going to release that leg, bring it down. I'm going to take the right foot up, pushing that heel up into the ceiling, soft bend in the knee, dorsal flex the toes. We're just taking gentle extension, little bit of leverage to stretch through the hamstring. I think I just lost a chair. Did you hear it? I mean, for all intents and purposes, we just get Wyoming wind here. We live 15 miles from the state border, so. And release down. Okay, we're going to take left ankle over right leg. Left hand to the inside of the knee. Press out. Right hand, slide behind the right knee. Draw that knee up. Release. All right, left foot takes the mat, right leg, cross it over, push. Right hand to the inside of the leg, let's externally rotate. Tracing the fingers up behind the legs, draw in. Oh, and release that knee. Woo! Let's take a little sway side to side. Let's finish up with a little bit of Apanasana. Scooping the fingers over the tops of the knees. Inhaling to prepare. We've actually got a little, well, let's do a couple more. Exhaling, drawing knees up. We probably could have squeezed in an extra 2 rounds. I say that now. All right, press the soles of the feet together. Rock side to side. Scooch the heels as close to the pubic bone as you can get them, and release those knees. Let the weight of the legs stretch the adductors. Next week, I'm going to make a note. We're going to do a little dolphin pose, and we're going to do a little dolphin pose, working ourselves up towards a shoulder stand. All right, let's slide the hands along the legs, bring the knees up. I shouldn't tell you what I'm planning next week. Number one, I'll probably forget. Press the soles of the feet together. Widen up the knees, let them. And number two, I don't want to scare you away from what we're might do. I'll write it down. I'm going to write it down on a piece of paper, though. Slide the hands along the legs. Help those knees up. Let's scooch those toes out a little bit wider. Take a little sway side to side. Press the feet together. Let those knees relax. All right, let's slide those hands along the legs. Help those knees up. Let's bring them up. We're going to take a few rounds of Apanasana again. And then we're working our way into Shavasana. Inhaling through center. Exhaling. Inhaling. Draw the knees in. Exhale. Little lift of the tailbone. One more time. Take it down. Take it down. Take it toward the body. All right. Take a little rock side to side. Let's add a layer. Think about body temperature. We're going to fully recline, cool ourselves down in Shavasana. I am adding socks because suddenly my feet are cold. You can take Shavasana wherever. I'm going to stain on my sock from something. I do not know what. All right. You can take feet to the ceiling. Knees, not feet to the ceiling. That would be here. Well, you could, if you wanted to lay up against your wall, take a nice, easy reclined position, resting your heels up against the wall. You'd have to scooch your glutes up there. So that would be feet to the ceiling. You can do that. You're at home if you've got a wall. You can take your feet to the floor, knees to the ceiling is what I meant to say. Or you can take fully extended legs. Resting your hands wherever you're comfortable. You could certainly tuck a blanket under the knees or fold one underneath your hips and waist or unroll one under the neck. And just find a place to rest the body. We're going to relax the breath. Soft, easy inhale, soft, silent exhale. Pull the attention and awareness into the state and quality of your forehead. We want to notice all those tiny little muscles and nerve endings. And I want you to relax the energy out of the face, through the temples, the cheeks, unclench the teeth. Relax the tongue away from the roof of the mouth. Continue that relaxation down both sides of the neck. Feel the shoulder blades get a little heavier toward the floor. Relax the energy out of the biceps and triceps. Excuse me. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists, and now rest the upper body toward the floor. Notice the length of spine from the base of the neck. Excuse me, down through the ribs. Little rock side to side. Tuck the tailbone. Relax the glutes and feel the torso rest heavily toward the floor. Tense up the quads. Flex the leg. Feel that energy wrap through the hamstring. And now release the energy. Feel the knee go soft. Roll the ankles, wiggle the toes, and let a leg relax against the floor. Let's do that to the other side. Tense up the leg, like flex the foot. Activate the quad, the hamstring, and the calf. And now relax the energy out of that leg, wiggle the toes, roll the ankles, and rest against the mat. We're going to pull the attention and awareness into the breath. I lied. We're going to pull our attention and awareness into the state and quality of our thinking first. If there are things scratching at your awareness, they're clamoring for your attention, slide those things out of the thinking space. Hold your silence. And now let's check in with the breath. Soft, easy inhale, soft, silent exhale. Let's draw some deeper breaths into the lungs. Big filling inhales, big sighing exhales. Wiggle the toes, roll the ankles, wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists. I'm going to take those arms out to the side, big stretch. Slide those arms up and away from the head into that Y-shaped reach, the legs long, big yawning, re-energizing stretch. Bringing the hands down to the hips. I'm going to bring the knee up and give it a squeeze. Let's lengthen that leg and switch. Bring the left knee up and give it a squeeze. Both knees are going to come in. Let's take a little rock, side to side. Roll from one hip, cross the lower lumbar to the other. Rocking completely over to one side. Let's rest our head on our arm. Taking a breath or two right here. You guys can stay here if it's more comfortable for you. I'm going to work myself up into comfortable seated position. Taking a little rock side to side. Let's roll the shoulders back. I'm going to hook my fingers over the tops of my knees. I'm hanging onto a knee, stretching through the arm, and I'm going to lean away with the head. Excuse me. Releasing the chin forward and taking the lean in the other direction. And releasing chin forward. Let's stack shoulders over ribs, ribs over hips. Taking a scan of the body, check in state and quality of the physical form. Noticing how you're feeling on this end of the practice. Let's pull that attention and awareness into the state and quality of our thinking. If you want to start adding some things to your cue, feel free. Give yourself a little bit of elbow room between those items. And then let's just check in with that breath. Soft, easy inhale, intuitive exhale. We're going to release practice, blinking eyes open. I am going to take this stretch up toward the ceiling. You do not have to join me. That's not going to fuel your jam. Letting all of that go, taking a moment to honor your body for doing what you asked it to do today and all the hard work it does to get you from one end of the week to the other. Some weeks it's easy, some weeks not so much. Hey, thank you so much for supporting the online gig at the fucking yoga company. My name is Julia. I really appreciate it. Keeping me safe, keeping you safe, and keeping our groove going. The fucking yoga book, Yoga for the Rest of Us, available now in ebook and print. We are going to, I will know more on Monday about the audiobook. We are going to have a foam roller workshop on Saturday, not Saturday. Let me think about this. Sunday, February 14th for Valentine's Day. We're going to show ourselves a little love. There's a blog post going out that will now contain a rant about shoot. I forgot what my rant was about. Well, good news is this is all recorded, so I can go back and figure out what my rant was about. And there's going to be a discounted link for you guys who subscribe, either a subscribing member or a loyalty pack member or whatever. You'll get a discount on that foam roller workshop. All that's coming out in the email with our blog post. Hey, if you liked today's flow, if you liked the videos, please show me the love. Hit the like button at the bottom of the screen. Subscribe to the yoga channel. The beginning yogas, the Pilates, all of those are free now. My goal is to start a fit and flex workout, really just for me, but the motivation for me is to record it for you. I will be using the kettlebells. It'll be basically the Fit, Fun, and Flex class, but I've taken fun out of the title just because I didn't make up that title. I inherited that title from somebody else. But I do want it to be strength and length and a lot of core work. So it's going to be a mishmash. But all low impact, right? Same as we've always done, minding our joints and our spine, keeping things safe, and building strength. Email me if you have any questions, if you have any alignment issues. If you've purchased the book and you're reading it, please, please, please leave me a review. That's what helps me as an author, either on Amazon or Goodreads, maybe even on Facebook. I don't know. Somebody mentioned that. Guys, I feel great, honestly. I must have slept more than I thought I did. And I really appreciate you guys doing yoga with me. I really like it. I mean, of course, I love yoga, but it is a little bit more motivating to get up and do it with people or for people. Stay out of the wind today. That's all I can recommend because it's going to blow, or it is blowing. Salute. Have a good Saturday.